Dason versus Tony. Okay, we will see some variants. So Dason we saw was on Simic.
Yep.
So we know what Dason's on. We don't know what Tony's on, right?
No.
Yeah. So we will see.
I think I saw he played Gruul at a previous pre-release. So he's probably not on Gruul this pre-release.
Okay.
He might be on like Orzhov or Simic or something like that.
Yeah, well, we will see shortly.
Did we see what Dason's rares were?
I mean, basically I saw eels. Saw a lot of adapting eels.
I think it was like eels and the gator and the wrecking beast.
Eels, gator, wrecking beast,
and Aeromunculus, right?
Aeromunculus. There was also one more.
Sage's Eye Savant, the 2-drop.
The 2-drop to Scryed.
But that was it.
But that was only... Is that what we saw for both games?
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw a lot of Crocodile / Sage happen.
And the Skitter Eel.
Yeah, game 2 of round 2 was a little rough for Tom because he was stuck on 2 lands for about 4 turns, and then Dason was able to get to like the Crocodile before he was able to come up with the answers. Actually, now that I think about that match, Tom stayed in that match. Like he was in that match until the last turn.
Simic, like it takes a little while to get there.
Yeah, like
it'll get there. But
I think if Tom was able to hit a land drop 1 or 2 turns earlier, it'd be a completely different story.
If he had hit for 3, with a menace creature a couple turns,
exactly, it would have been fine. I think, because he would have been able to sack to his Jester things reasonably well.
Alrighty.
So here we go. Everyone gets a fresh 7. We will see if Tony is going to follow suit with our previous players and have his sleeves match his guild.
Play Rectus, that could be it.
I see white.
I think it's Orzhov.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Orzhov.
It's Orzhov. Okay.
Yeah. Alright, good. So we get to see something.
It's Orzhov going to 6.
Dason said front there is a guild gate.
Yep. Well, we know his turn 1 land for sure.
Yeah.
And I get the feeling Dason may have won the coin flip / dice roll to start, but I'm not sure.
There's a Skitter Eel in hand, so he's got a couple lands. We get up towards Skitter
All
Eel.
stuff we've seen.
Same stuff.
Yeah, which is, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
The funny thing is, like, he could have opened like no rares in his colors besides the seeded pack, and he would still be winning.
Yep. You're not wrong.
Which shows kind of how strong the Simic stuff is.
So Tony likes the card, keeps it on top.
Yeah. So we're gonna take a look at hands maybe here real quick.
Yep, I think so.
Oh, we're going
okay, so Tony won the coin flip. All right. Both players opting to play their turn 1 tap Guildgate and pass.
Some good mana fixing there.
Yep.
Let's see. Tony's got another land, 4 mana, 2/3 Afterlife, 3 mana, 3/1 with Lifelink.
Yep.
And an artifact, I think, was one of them.
And it looks like Dason gets to play the Surveyor again.
So his hand...
That Scry 2 is pretty good.
Yeah. I keep the land, toss the
beast.
Toss the beast. You've already got some stuff on your hand.
He's got some 4 or 5.
Shield, Aeromunculus, and some other stuff.
Oh, he's thinking, doesn't
Autumn
want the land. Wow. Okay. Well, he has 2 in his hand. It's not the worst thing, certainly. He has his land drop covered for a little bit. See.
That deals damage to tap creatures. And I believe it is also sorcery speed.
Yep.
Oh, no. It deals...
No, it deals 3 to...
Deals 2.
Oh, okay.
Or 2 or 3. And then...
5 to a tap creature?
5 if it's your main phase.
It deals 3 then. It deals 3 to a tap creature.
Yeah, 3 and then 5? Okay. Yeah. Oh, there's a good pull there. That looks like an incubation incongruity on Dason's side. So Tony here playing the 3/1 Lifelinker. Dason untap, play a Forest. Sage's Row Savant there. 2 mana, 2/1. Enters the battlefield, you scry 2. That's a very, like, Dimir Vidalcan.
Yeah. fits the mirror deck's great as well.
It does, yeah.
If it wasn't Scry and it was Surveil, that would be like, ooh, what a house.
Spicy.
This is literally every card we've seen Dason play so far.
Yes. There's the hybrid. There's the
hybrid,
shield.
the Screaming Shield.
I think the only new card is that incubation in hand.
Yeah.
Tony, they're playing lock and pass.
So like I said, kind of a slow format. Nothing really happening till turn 4.
And now we're gonna play Eel, and Tony's got to have an answer.
Yep. I like that you can just play Eel, and your opponent has to have an answer pretty quickly.
Yeah. I think the other card Dason has in hand is a Combine Guildmage.
Okay. So he can move some of the counters off if he so chooses later.
Yeah.
It's probably a pretty key turn for Tony, because up on this point you're kind of keeping up with your opponent.
It's a Basila Bellhaunt.
Oh, okay.
So Dason's got to discard a card, and Tony's going to gain 3 life.
Chuck the land.
Yep, chuck the land. The life totals are reversed there, I believe.
Yes. Dason gained 3. Or sorry, Tony gained 3, not Dason. There we go.
Great. And the Bellhaunt is a 3/4, I believe.
It's not a 5/5 though.
It's not a 5/5, that's very true.
So you attack in with the eel, make him block?
He's going to equip. No
attacks with the eel then.
No adapt this turn. But he could double block.
Yeah. I mean, he could just dirtle and mill for a little while.
Yeah, that's fine.
like fine as well. That line of play does exist.
And he can mill this turn.
Exactly.
He's got the mana for it.
We know Tony's, let's see, he mulled to 6. So he had 6, 3, 6, 7, 11 cards total off his deck. So he has 29, which is basically
10 turns.
10 turns, yeah, it's good.
Less because it's drawn cards, so
yeah.
it's like
Still about 10 turns.
yeah, a little under.
It's not a quick clock.
No, it's not.
The more important thing is the mill is hopefully getting rid of key cards, right?
Right.
Where it's like, oh, you might only have 10 cards left, but all 10 of those cards are bad.
That's a Bedeck. Bedazzle. It's the,
Bedazzle? I want to know what the Bedazzle side does.
What does it do?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
It better make me sparkly.
Bedeck is +3, -3. Give me 1 sec and I'll find out what Bedazzle is.
And so now Tony plays it on a tap creature, or he doesn't play it on tap creature.
Alright, here we go. Bedazzle.
Sure.
Destroy target non-basic land. Bedazzle deals 2 damage to target opponent or planeswalker.
That seems like the opposite of flavor for bedazzling something.
Yeah.
Destroying a land should not be bedazzling something.
It should be like adding something.
I bedazzled my opponent's land. What? It's like a wasteland, but shinier. Ooh, what is that?
That's the Biomancer.
Oh, that's right.
Benthic Biomancer, I believe.
Biomancer.
Oh no, that's an Incubation Druid.
Is it in green?
Yeah.
Is it a foil one?
It's
is
a
that
foil.
that
Yeah,
why
yeah,
it
yeah.
looks interesting? Oh yeah, that's why it's shining at me like it's blue.
The Levi had the Biomancer.
Yeah. Man, that foil really looks blue to me,
Looks
doesn't
very
it?
blue.
Yeah.
There's a lot of blue in the
background.
yeah. Looking at some eggs. Like any other old day in the Combine.
This is interesting because I don't know exactly. Obviously, black has some removal in Orzhov.
Yes.
But there's this kind of weird stalemate where Tony might not be able to break through Dason's defense if Dason... Well... He's gonna probably...
Block and adapt.
Yeah, but... Tony could have give a creature death touch kind of deal. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, Blakeburn wouldn't be bad. So I was turning the Sage's Eye as a 3/4.
Yep.
Off of the Screaming Shield. And the Skittering Eel is a 3/3. So he has to adapt it to trade favorably there.
Yep. And if he does so, I get the feeling Tony has some trick up his sleeve, given that he has 6 open mana.
I would hope he does.
Yep. If you're Dason here, there should be an argument for him to just take the damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I let him. I don't block with the eel. I just block with the savant.
I agree. One that doesn't force you to have to adapt your creature.
Yeah. So no trick there. And Tony's going to gain 3 life and lose both his creatures.
Interesting. I wonder. Let's see what the next play is here.
With the flyer. Oh,
Yep.
it's a griffin.
Resplendent Griffin, 3/2 with Scry 1.
Senate griffin.
Senate Griffin. Resplendent Griffin is. Man, it's a Griffin.
It's a griffin. Yeah. It's a lot of
Senate
griffins.
Griffin.
Yeah.
There's a Resplendent Angel and a Senate Griffin. So there obviously has to be a Resplendent Griffin.
And a Senate angel.
And a Senate Angel. Or Angel of the Senate.
Ooh, there you go. That's a good one.
Yeah.
There probably is, right? Azorius. They
That's what
gotta
I'm
have
saying,
some
right?
angels, right? Yeah, so there's that 5/5 eel coming in.
Man, that 5/5 eel has done work on camera today.
It's a good card.
Yeah.
Tony's...
It only costs 3 to adapt that card?
Yeah.
That seems absurd.
It's really absurd.
That's so cheap. This is largely problematic for Tony now, because on the ground he doesn't get through very easily.
Oh, that's 5 damage.
That is 5 damage. It's a tap creature. The most interesting part about that is Dason literally saw that card 3 times.
Yeah, he did.
But that's okay.
Oh, Tony's going over.
Yeah, he's
got
going.
flyers.
He's
and
going
Dason
through the air.
doesn't have a threat.
Nope.
He needs the incubation to find a threat.
Yep.
Or a flyer or something. He's gonna adapt his incubation druid.
Tony going for the air superiority here.
Yeah, I think that's the right way to Orzhov. So incubation druid is now a 3/4,
3/4,
3/5, 3/5, and you can make 1 mana of any color. Oh, of a type, a land you could produce. No, sorry, it makes 3 mana because it had counters on it.
Right. Who's Dason looking at here? His graveyard, I see.
That's great. Oh, he's a milled.
Yeah.
That's a Vanifar. Here's his rare.
An interesting one. You have to have something to
Sack.
Well, you
And
also
then
have
we
to
have one
something to
higher.
yeah. You have to have something to like sack into.
Yeah.
Right. Like
He's got Wrecking Beast.
Oh, he does have Wrecking Beast.
Yeah.
At 5, right?
No, Beast costs
6.
6 or 7, I think.
Wrecking
Might be
Beast?
7.
So right now the highest mana cost creature he can get is what? 3?
Yes. He can get 3.
He can get a 3 cost creature.
Yeah, Beast is a 7 cost. You get 3s. I feel like Vanifar kind of makes you have to play subpar creatures at the right cost so that you can chain it.
Vanifar becomes kind of a weird build around for me in this deck. Like it's in a constructed deck you can plan around
you
it.
adjust it, right.
But in a limited deck, it's a hard build around because you have to have both sides of the equation. Well, it's basically you have to have 3 parts of a combo, right? Like you have to have a creature that's the right cost to like sack up to the next creature, which you have to have in your pool, right? And you have to have that over a range of a couple different creatures. Plus, you have to have
a creature to sack.
Well, you also have
And
to have
Vanifar.
Vanifar.
Yeah. You gotta have, and she has to live a turn.
Right. So there's like there's a lot of stuff where it's like I might just like if there's a raw power card better than her, I might just play it. Like if I didn't have a payoff card that was worth it.
Dason's gonna incongruity that flyer there. So he's gonna kill it and give Tony a frog lizard.
Have your frog lizard, man.
Okay, that flyer is a syndicate messenger. It's a bird.
It's a bird.
He's gonna get his token.
Sure, that will be delivered there shortly. And
he
should still has air superiority.
Oh.
Although on the ground now
Exiles.
he's a little bit more behind in the race on the ground now.
He's still okay. Vannifar is what, a 2/4?
Yeah.
Right? I think so.
You guys have 20 minutes left in the round. You guys have 5 minutes.
So Tony taking a peek at his graveyard.
Oh, it's a revival, I think.
Okay.
So he can bring back a creature CMC 3 or less. That's the
To the battlefield, right? Or is it just to hand?
Yeah, battlefield.
To the battlefield.
Yeah, for 2 mana.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like the split cards in this set were better too.
Yeah, definitely.
Except Bedazzle.
Hey man, land destruction needs something. Might as well just bedazzle it. Alright, Dason digging a little bit for a threat. He is able to kind of birthing pot up into something else if he so chooses.
I believe that's a Combine Mage, Guild Mage in hand.
Okay, so he does want to cast it, alright.
We could sack it and go get a 3. We could sack it to go get an Aeromunculus.
Aeromunculus.
And that would trade
that,
with the,
that will deal with the flyer.
The flyer, yeah. It's gonna mill. It's probably gonna sack the Senate. Smarter, yeah. Alright, so we're birth potting here.
Yep, see what we're gonna get. Probably the 2/3 flyer, unless we've completely missed a card in Dason's deck that's just a bomb that we don't know about. Which is sincerely possible.
Yeah, there it is. This is the Aeromunculus.
Aeromunculus deals with the flyer. Can't adapt this turn.
Like a Judith comes out or something. He's like playing
one
off color.
Yeah.
Color cards just to Vannifar them.
Oh man, that would be so sweet. Ooh, now that's a hefty error blocker with the shield on it.
Yeah, it's a 2/6.
It's a 2/6
That's
with
big.
flying and a shield.
It's carrying with his little feet. Tony just needs like a board wipe.
Yeah. Kai's Wrath.
He did crack his locket, I think, last turn, so he drew 2 cards. Oh! That's 4? Oh, that's 5. It's a 3/3, can block an additional creature each turn. It's got Afterlife.
This is a solid dirtle card for him right now because he just has to buy time for a better threat.
Yeah. Knight of Sorrows. They can block the Guild Mage. They can block the Incubation Druid poorly. I think the Druid, or the Incubation Mage or Druid is a good attack here. It's a 3/5.
Yeah, it can get in pretty favorably. Because if Tony I think Dason is trying to figure out what to do here. He has access to 8 mana, maybe more, which is pretty significant.
That's a lot of mana.
Yeah.
He can adapt, move the counter, and adapt again.
Can he already? 'Cause
Yeah.
It's 3, 6.
He's got 8, so it's 4 to adapt once, 2 to move it, and then 4 to adapt again.
Right. But he can only do it when
Oh.
his lands are untapped. So right now he
Yeah.
can adapt and... Oh. Okay.
So he milled, moved the shield over, and passed.
Do you need a judge?
I can judge. Maybe you can judge.
No. I think it's fine. We have our wonderful table judges patrolling the floor today.
I did start though. I started.
Have you started working
Yeah,
in
I
your
started.
judge shop?
Yeah.
Good. So the Griffin coming in.
I played another Syndicate Messenger.
Dason says, I'll take that 3. Let me remove some of these counters here.
Let me keep milling. Nah, he's milling more.
Oh, he's milling.
He's gonna adapt off of the Incubation Druid. Tony's library is probably getting pretty low. The only thing is, he's just gotta hurry up.
Yeah, there's not that much time in the round left, so it might turn out whoever wins game 1. But that's what you get when you have a lot of like kind of not hyper aggressive decks.
Yeah. Tony's gonna scoop.
Yeah.
Screaming Shield. Oh, yeah, Tony had 1 card left.
Oh, in his deck?
Yeah.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah.
Was that 10 turns of not that much damage being done to each other?
Well, also, Dason moved the shield between his creatures.
Oh, he did it
So
multiple
spit it
times.
up, yeah.
Yeah.
Smart.
That's right, because he had all the extra mana sink.
Yeah. And the Druid gave him 3 mana too.
The Druid. Alright, I'm sold, Dason. I will play Simic at my next event. If I get to... Anytime I get to mill out my opponent in Limited, when it's like for funsies,
Yeah.
oh, you got me. That's me. That's my secret like Achilles heel. Is
Yeah.
like every time we've played Chaos Draft, like we've had a few Chaos Drafts and stuff.
Yeah.
Literally every single time we played Chaos Draft, I've built mill. Every single time. Because my favorite deck growing up, which makes me feel kind of bad now, but the one that like I played growing up was the very first Pro Tour mill deck. That I think the guy's name was Sean Hammer. I can't remember his last name. It's either Sean or Mike Hammer.
Okay.
I think it's Sean Hammer. And Hammer was his nickname. And he played a Type 2. Is it Type 2? I don't even know if there's Type 2 in it. He played a Millstone deck, basically, that was like full control, and you milled someone out with actual 4 Millstones. Like nothing. Like
Oh,
no
God.
like.
Oh god.
Because at the time, that was the only mill. It was the first mill deck ever made. And I played that, and that was like my deal.
You're an awful human being.
Oh my god, I was an
Jeez.
awful human being. I, in fact, have a copy of that deck.
Yeah.
Because it was one of the... They made them into the Pro Tour commemorative decks.
Oh.
Right? Like, so
yeah.
the first 8 Pro Tour decks are available or at some point was available
That's
as
cool.
like
Yeah.
a set. And I only bought one, and I bought it from other realms. And I bought it here in 1999, before the year 2000, and I found it the other day.
Nice.
It's gold bordered, but it's sweet, and it's a Millstone deck. That's what I'm doing. And it was like hard denial. It was like 4 Force of Wills,
Oh, wow.
Counterspell. Like it was.
Yeah.
No, you don't get to do anything. Winter Orb.
Oh no! No!
Yeah, man.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, man. There was
That's
just
disgusting.
stuff. It was just like none of it was really fun
It's not
for
cool.
other players.
No.
I thought it was the coolest thing. You can win without combat. Heck yeah. So So our players are going to go to sideboard here. Do you think Tony... What can Tony bring in on his Orzhov? He needs to probably bring in more flyers, some amount of maybe enchantment artifact removal.
If he's not playing like all of his removal, he'd bring that in. But I can only assume that he's playing all of the removal. That
Yeah, but he might. There's the modal white card that destroys an artifact or enchantment. There's a chance that you put that in your sideboard.
Exposed to daylight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you like
could bring one of
that
those in.
shield. That shield
I won
actually
the
messed
game.
them up.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
won the game.
And let's be real, that eel literally has been an all-star.
The eel is so good.
Yeah. Maybe I will rescind my hate of the Simic Guild. I don't hate the Simic Guild. I just don't get the Simic Guild. Just don't...
In like their ideology or
Yeah, all of it.
all of
I'm
it.
just like,
They just make no sense.
how are you supposed to win? I guess you just get bigger. Like my usual problem is I get how you win when you're ahead in Simic
But you
because
don't know how to catch up.
I don't know how to catch up. I don't even know if they have a mechanic to catch up.
Bounce.
That's not a catch up mechanic.
That's
That's
not
like
a-
that's a delay mechanic for a turn.
Yeah.
So that's why I never can understand the Simic Guild. Yeah. That's why I don't understand it, man.
It's like Simic takes like the worst traits of two different colors and puts them together.
Well, it's not the worst. The thing is, they're very synergistic with each other in the sense that, like, if your opponent doesn't interact with you, you should win every time if you're Simic.
Yeah.
But the moment your opponent is like, no, stop doing the thing that makes you get really, really fast, you just lose. And I can't
Sure.
handle that. Like, I don't like just being like, I can't win after 10 seconds. I just lose. I always want to have a way to play to my outs. That sort of thing.
It also feels weird because you're playing like creatures because green, but you want to hold up counter magic.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
You know why? This is this is why I don't get Simic. Because I get what green is supposed to do in every one of my decks. In Simic, green is supposed to like play creatures, which is green creatures suck. They're like really good, but they are really bad at the same time. I don't know. Like you can't protect them well. They don't do interesting things. They're just big. This is a good opening hand here. He is short one land, but on two lands.
But he has a Skitteriel.
Yeah.
I think he wins. Is that islands?
That's. Did Tony switch up decks in between rounds?
Oh, I think he did.
Did we get a transformative sideboard? I love it.
I think he might have just switched decks.
I love it.
Oh, yes, Tony.
All right, Dason, what you gonna do now?
It's
Okay.
another island.
That's another island. I still don't know what he's playing. Is it Simic Mirror or are we on Azorius now?
It might be Simic. Because he's got all of his white cards in his Orzhov deck, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he could just be switching. There's another island.
I don't know what's happening. Oh, it's
It's Simic,
Simic.
okay.
Ah!
He doesn't
that's
have any forests,
he has
though.
4 green cards in hand. That's really, really rough.
No.
Let's lock it.
Yeah, it's not
Alright.
good.
He's just like, Forest, please, Forest.
Tony, no.
Oh, Tony, not like this.
Not like this, Tony. Not the eel.
Oh no, the eel. Dude, eel MVP today. I'm not gonna lie. Oh,
Oh,
okay,
oh,
lock
oh.
it. We're in
We
the
can do
game.
it. We can do
We in the game. Okay.
Are we really though?
I don't know. I mean, you're kind of a turn behind your other Simic partner, and like I
think
said,
you're like 2
whoever
turns
whoever goes faster
Yeah.
wins. Kind of, or sort of. I guess a bounce spell is a turnaround in the mirror because
With adapt.
with
it
with
takes off
adapt.
the counters.
Yeah.
If you can play a creature and bounce something.
Tony's just taking a 5 damage here. There's nothing he can do about that. This is kind of his turn. Like, he has to play
Oh, and forest.
something.
Play 2 things.
Yeah.
Dason has counter magic.
Yep.
That's like an essence capture.
And that one actually makes his, I think,
it makes
his
the eel
eel
bigger.
kind of on.
6/6.
Like, what can you do to that?
Nothing.
That's a 5/5 for 4 on turn after it's on the floor for a turn, right?
Yes.
So it's a 5/5 for 7,
Totally, yeah.
but you can pay it in 2 different turns. You can pay the 7 in 2 different turns. That's the important part.
Like it feels like it when you talk about it like that, it feels like it shouldn't be that good.
No, but the thing is, you can pay for it in 2 turns. That's
In
the
2
important.
turns,
That's the
right?
important
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
Well, and also as a combat trick, I will say though, people like right now it's pre-release, right?
Right.
Like you can play, like we saw earlier, people played into that combat trick or
Yeah.
that adapt a couple times. Like that shouldn't happen going forward as you play more and more. But that being said, that eel is pretty sweet, man. I like it. So Tony here, trying to stabilize. I mean, he's taking 6 here, right?
Yeah.
And that life total went down quick.
Yeah.
That's 2
That
swings.
That eel is no joke.
Yeah, oh,
Would you like a bigger
let me just make this thing bigger, friend.
9/9 trampler?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yep. Man, this is rough. Tony like absolutely needs to bounce something this turn because with the trample damage, now that's gonna be able to.
Yeah.
And he'll be able to adapt the eel again.
Yes.
Dason taking Simic with a lot of like very basic core stuff and just crushing it right now.
Oh, he has the rare split card for Simic.
Oh yeah.
It has Stifle and it has Quasi Duplicate.
The quasi duplicate on is that creature legendary, the one that gets the counters?
No.
Well, that's getting quasi duplicated.
Is you like a 15/15?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I think you attack. Well, how much does the quasi duplicate side cost? 3?
It's sorcery speed.
3, 6.
Yeah, just play it. Alright, just hit.
Yeah, swing in and then quasi duplicate whatever's left.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then because you can adapt, you have enough mana to adapt the eel as a combat trick, and then you can roll the quasi duplicate basically. Tony is forced to block like this too, which is really rough. Hey, did Dason not play the quasi duplicate?
No. Just
Okay.
keeping up the Stifle, I guess.
Sure.
Oh, that's probably it.
It's not. Yeah, it's not.
Oh, he's
quasi-
adapting.
Oh yeah.
It's I just had it.
It's the split card.
Repudiate.
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 Repudiate. There's that shield.
Repudiate. Replicate.
Yeah, it's the replicate side of that.
A long line of poor naming conventions. There it is.
Can you play that at instant speed?
No, it's a sorcery.
No, that's a sorcery.
That half is sorcery.
Yep.
You could just remove like 3 counters because it doesn't have to be all of them.
Oh yeah, it's up to, right?
Yeah, it's up to. You can remove any number of counters.
Just go halvesies.
Yeah, halvesies. You can remove all the ones from the eel. It's fine.
Yeah, the eel wants more anyway. You know what? Man.
What is that? 8. There should be 16, right? Yeah.
So Dason says, forget worrying about protecting my one creature. I'm making a 16. Oh. What is that?
Is it the draw 3? You can scry 3, draw 3.
Is that what that is? Card
Yeah.
3, draw 3?
It's the Azorius one.
He wants to just see what he has. Dang, man, that's a 16/16 trampling copy.
Oh.
So, Simic, huh?
Simic.
We got ourselves a guild. Go fast, put a counter on here and there. I do like Tony's transformational sideboard, though.
Precognitive perception.
Very, very smart way of playing a sealed event.
Yes.
Unfortunate he got stuck on the forest on the green mana early.
Yeah.